What if I told you that some of the most profitable crops you could possibly grow aren't what you think? Not corn, not soybeans, not wheat. I'm talking about plants that sell for $20, $40, even $80 per pound. Plants that most farmers have never even heard of. Plants that are so in demand that chefs, supplement companies, and health-conscious consumers are practically begging for more supply. Most people don't know this, but while everyone's fighting over commodity crops that barely break even, there are specialty plants out there generating serious wealth for the smart growers who know about them. Plants with massive profit margins, low startup costs, and markets that are desperately undersupplied. And today, I'm going to show you 20 of them that will change the way you think about farming and homesteading forever. Stick around, because number 2 on this list is the fastest growing plant on Earth, researched by NASA, and it's so undervalued that most people think it's just pond scum. And number 19 is so exotic and in demand that it sells for up to $80 per pound, and you can grow it in your backyard. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we post new videos every week. So let's get into it. Here are 20 profitable plants that will make you a millionaire, ranked from impressive to absolutely incredible. Number 1, Moringa, the miracle tree that prints money. Let's start with Moringa, also called the miracle tree. And for good reason. This fast-growing tree produces leaves that sell for $20 to $40 per pound, dried. And the demand is absolutely exploding in health and wellness circles. Moringa oleifera is one of the most nutrient-dense plants on the planet. The leaves are packed with vitamins, minerals, and protein, which is why the supplement industry can't get enough of it. Health-conscious consumers are paying premium prices for moringa powder, capsules, and tea. Here's what makes moringa special from a business perspective. The tree grows incredibly fast, sometimes 15 feet in the first year. You can harvest the leaves multiple times per season, and once established, it requires minimal care. You're essentially creating a renewable cash crop that keeps producing year after year. Modern health trends have put moringa front and center, from smoothie shops to supplement companies to natural health stores. Everyone wants moringa, and most of it is still being imported, which means there's a massive opportunity for domestic growers to capture market share. The reason moringa is such a goldmine is simple: high demand, low supply, premium pricing. While most farmers are growing crops that sell for pennies per pound, you could be growing something that sells for $20 to $40 per pound. The math changes completely. Think of it as the tree that literally grows money, just waiting for you to plant it and start harvesting. The pond scum that NASA studied duckweed might be the ultimate hidden opportunity in agriculture. This tiny aquatic plant that most people consider pond scum sells for $20 to $60 per pound, dried, and it's one of the most remarkable plants on Earth. Wolffia and Lemna species are the fastest growing plants in existence. They can double their biomass in 24 to 48 hours under the right conditions. But here's what makes them valuable. They're 40 to 45% protein by dry weight. That's higher than soybeans, higher than most animal feeds. NASA even researched duckweed as a potential food source for long space missions. The markets for duckweed are diverse and growing. The supplement industry wants it for protein powder. The animal feed industry is discovering it as a sustainable, high-protein alternative. The health food industry is exploring it for human consumption, and aquaculture operations use it as fish food. Here's the business opportunity. You can grow massive amounts of duckweed in a small space using simple ponds or tanks. The growth rate is insane. The protein content justifies premium pricing. And most people have no idea this market even exists. Duckweed disappeared from agricultural consciousness simply because it looks like pond scum. It's not sexy. It's not glamorous. But for anyone serious about building wealth through specialty crops, duckweed is extraordinarily undervalued. It's like discovering that the thing everyone throws away is actually worth more than gold, and you're the only one who knows. Number 3, Lovage, the chef's secret ingredient. Lovage is that rare plant that almost nobody knows about, but the people who know about it will pay premium prices for it. This celery-like herb sells for $15 to $30 per pound, and chefs absolutely love it. Levisticum officinale has an intense, complex flavor that's described as celery meats. Parsley meets something uniquely its own. High-end restaurants use it to add to the people, who know exactly what they want. It's the herb that proves sometimes the best markets are the ones everyone else is ignoring. Number 7. Purslane, the weed, worth more than spinach. Here's something wild. That weed you've been pulling out of your garden is actually worth $15 to $30 per pound, and it's more nutritious than most vegetables you can buy. Purslane, Portulaca oleracea, is about to blow your mind. Purslane contains more omega-3 fatty acids than spinach or most other leafy greens. It's packed with vitamins and minerals, and it's absolutely delicious with a slightly lemony, crisp texture. Health-conscious consumers and upscale restaurants are discovering it, and demand is growing fast. Here's the business opportunity. Purslane grows like crazy with minimal care. What most people spend time and energy removing from their gardens could be your cash crop. The nutritional profile justifies premium pricing, and the market is expanding as more people discover it. Modern wellness trends favor nutrient-dense foods, and Purslane fits perfectly. From farm-to-table restaurants to health food stores to people following Mediterranean diets, the demand is real and growing. Purslane got dismissed as a weed simply because it grows everywhere, and most Americans didn't recognize it as food. But in the right market, abundant growth and low production costs translate directly to profit. It's the plant that teaches you to see weeds as wealth. Yaupon holly, America's only native caffeine source. This one is absolutely fascinating. Yaupon holly is the only native North American plant that contains caffeine, and the dried leaves sell for $30 to $70 per pound. Ilex vomitoria is positioned to capitalize on the growing tea alternative market. Yaupon produces a caffeinated tea that's smooth, flavorful, and doesn't have the jitters some people get from coffee. It grows wild across the southeastern United States, but commercial cultivation is still in its infancy. That means massive opportunity for early movers. The market dynamics are perfect. Consumer interest in tea alternatives is exploding. People want locally grown, sustainable products. And Yaupon checks all those boxes while being genuinely unique. America's only native caffeinated plant. Here's the business angle. Yaupon is a perennial shrub that requires minimal maintenance once established. The leaves can be harvested multiple times per year, and you can position it as a premium, locally grown alternative to imported teas. Yaupon got forgotten, ironically, because Native Americans used it ceremonially, and European colonists gave it an unfortunate Latin name. But modern markets don't care about old prejudices. They care about unique, high-quality products, and Yaupon delivers. Think of it as the tea that's been waiting centuries for America to rediscover its own caffeinated heritage. Number 9. Mexican tarragon, the herb that grows, where French tarragon won't. Mexican tarragon fills a crucial gap in the herb market. While French tarragon is temperamental and won't grow in many climates, Mexican tarragon thrives in heat and provides a similar anise-like flavor, and it's profitable. Tagetes lucida grows vigorously in warm climates where traditional tarragon fails. Chefs and home cooks in southern regions are discovering it as a reliable substitute, and the demand is growing. The per-pound pricing follows premium herb standards, and production is straightforward. The opportunity here is geographic. If you're in a climate where French tarragon struggles, you could be supplying Mexican tarragon to everyone who wants that flavor profile. Low competition, established demand, easy cultivation. Modern regional cuisine movements favor plants that grow well locally, and Mexican tarragon is perfect for that. It's the herb that proves sometimes the substitute becomes more valuable than the original when it actually works in your conditions. Number 10. Lemon balm, the stress relief herb everyone wants. Lemon balm is riding the wave of the wellness industry, and it's generating serious money. Melissa officinalis sells for $20 to $40 per pound dried, with huge demand for stress relief and sleep support. This gentle, lemony herb is used in teas, tinctures, supplements, and aromatherapy. Research supports its traditional use for anxiety and sleep issues, which means the market is both traditional herbalists and modern wellness consumers. That's a huge addressable market. Here's what makes lemon balm a smart business crop. It's incredibly easy to grow, spreading vigorously once established. It can be grown indoors or outdoors. The leaves can be harvested. Wellness industry keeps growing. Modern stress epidemics have created unprecedented demand for gentle, natural stress relief options. Lemon balm fits perfectly into that market without the side effects of pharmaceutical options. Lemon balm got overlooked in commercial agriculture simply because it's so easy to grow that people assumed it couldn't be valuable. But easy to grow plus high demand equals profit. It's the herb that proves sometimes the easiest crops are the most profitable when you target the right markets. Number 11. Ashwagandha, the supplement. Industry's darling. Ashwagandha is one of the hottest supplements in the world right now, and the dried root sells for $25 to $60 per pound. Withania somnifera is experiencing massive demand, and domestic production hasn't caught up. This adaptogenic herb is used for stress relief, energy, and overall wellness in Ayurvedic tradition. Modern research is supporting many traditional uses, which has exploded consumer interest. The supplement market for ashwagandha is worth hundreds of millions and growing. Here's the opportunity. Most ashwagandha is still imported from India. Quality varies. Shipping costs are significant. Domestic growers who can produce high-quality, organic ashwagandha root can command premium prices and capture market share from importers. The wellness industry's explosive growth shows no signs of slowing, and ashwagandha is one of the star ingredients. From supplement companies to health food stores to direct-to-consumer brands, everyone needs reliable suppliers. Ashwagandha is still undergrown domestically simply because it's been viewed as an exotic Indian herb. But exotic herbs that grow well in temperate climates are business opportunities. It's the crop that proves global demand meets local production equals serious profit. Number 12. Hyssop, the forgotten tea. Herb making a comeback. Hyssop is one of those herbs with deep historical roots that's experiencing renewed interest. Hyssopus officinalis sells for $20 to $35 per pound, used in herbal teas and essential oils. This aromatic herb has a long history in traditional medicine and biblical references, which gives it cultural significance that modern herbalists appreciate. The flavor is complex, minty, slightly bitter, with unique aromatic notes. It's used in digestive teas, respiratory support formulas, and as a culinary herb. The business case is solid. Hyssop grows as a hardy perennial, requiring minimal care. The flowering tops are harvested and dried for tea and oil production. And the market is both traditional herbalists and modern tea companies looking for interesting, unusual flavors. Modern craft tea movements favor unique, flavorful herbs with stories behind them. Hyssop delivers both flavor and narrative, which is exactly what small batch tea companies want. Hyssop disappeared from common cultivation simply because mass market tea industry didn't need it. But the craft tea revolution has changed that equation entirely. It's the herb that's old enough to be new again. Number 13. Tulsi, the holy basil. Goldmine Tulsi, or holy basil, is an Ayurvedic superstar, and it's generating impressive profits. Ocimum sanctum sells for $20 to $45 per pound dried, with massive demand from the wellness industry. This sacred herb in Hinduism has crossed over into mainstream wellness culture. It's used for stress relief, immune support, and as a general tonic. The tea market alone is substantial, and supplement companies are incorporating Tulsi into numerous formulations. Here's what makes Tulsi attractive as a crop. It grows easily in warm climates or greenhouses. Multiple harvests per season are possible. The dried leaves command premium prices, and demand from both traditional and modern markets keeps growing. The adaptogen trend in wellness has put Tulsi front and center. From tea drinkers to supplement users to people following Ayurvedic principles, the market is diverse and expanding. Tulsi got limited attention in Western agriculture because it was categorized as an exotic herb. But exotic is profitable when demand is high and supply is limited. It's the herb that proves spiritual significance and commercial value aren't mutually exclusive. Number 14. Catnip, not just for cats. High-grade catnip is a genuine goldmine, selling for $30 to $60 per pound. Nepeta cataria isn't just for cat toys. The pet industry is massive and willing to pay premium prices for quality catnip. The pet industry is worth billions, and catnip is one of the most popular cat products. But here's the key: quality matters enormously. Premium, organic, fresh catnip commands far higher prices. Catnip commands far higher prices than the dusty stuff in cheap toys. Pet owners who love their cats will pay for the good stuff. The business opportunity is clear. The market is huge and established. Production is straightforward. Catnip grows vigorously as a perennial. And you can target premium market, natural pet stores, high-end pet boutiques, direct-to-consumer sales. The profit margins on premium catnip are excellent. Modern pet ownership treats animals as family members, and that means premium products command premium prices. Quality catnip fits perfectly into that market. Catnip got dismissed as a novelty crop, but novelty crops serving multi-billion-dollar industries are serious business. It's the plant that proves you should never underestimate the pet industry's willingness to pay for quality. Number 15. Calendula, the skincare industry's secret weapon. Calendula is experiencing a renaissance in natural skincare, and the dried flowers sell for $20 to $50 per pound. Calendula officinalis is used in creams, salves, soaps, and oils, with demand from both commercial manufacturers and crafters. These cheerful orange flowers have genuine skin healing properties that modern research has validated. The natural skincare industry, which is exploding, uses calendula extensively. From small batch soap makers to large natural cosmetics companies, everyone needs quality calendula. Here's the business angle. Calendula is easy to grow and produces abundantly. The flowers are harvested and dried carefully to preserve color and potency, and you can sell to multiple markets, wholesale to manufacturers, retail to crafters, or even create value-added products yourself. The clean beauty movement has created unprecedented demand for natural, effective ingredients. Calendula fits perfectly. It's beautiful, effective, and has traditional use backing up modern applications. Calendula got overlooked in agriculture because flowers aren't traditional crops. But the skincare industry doesn't care about agricultural traditions. It cares about effective, marketable ingredients. Think of it as the flower that grows money for anyone paying attention to beauty industry trends. Number 16. Fenugreek, the culinary and medicinal dual threat. Fenugreek offers something special. Dual market appeal. Trigonella phonem graecum sells for $15 to $30 per pound, valued in both culinary and medicinal markets. The seeds are essential in Indian, Middle Eastern, and Ethiopian cuisine. Curry powders, spice blends, and traditional dishes rely on fenugreek's distinctive maple-like flavor. Simultaneously, the supplement industry uses fenugreek for various health applications, from blood sugar support to lactation support. This dual demand creates business resilience. You're not dependent on a single market. Restaurants and spice companies want it. Supplement manufacturers want it. The audience is diverse and the total addressable market is large. Here's what makes fenugreek practical. It's an annual that's relatively easy to grow. Seeds are the crop, which store well and ship easily, and the per-pound pricing is solid for both markets. Fenugreek never disappeared entirely, but remains underutilized in domestic agriculture. Most is imported, which means opportunity for domestic growers to capture market share with fresh, high-quality product. It's the crop that proves sometimes serving two markets is better than dominating one. Number 17. Stevia, the natural sweetener revolution. Stevia is riding the wave of sugar alternatives, and it's profitable. Stevia rebaudiana leaves sell for $20 to $40 per pound dried, with massive demand from the natural sweetener market. This plant is 200 to 300 times sweeter than sugar, but contains 0 calories. The market for natural, 0-calorie sweeteners is enormous and growing as consumers move away from both sugar and artificial sweeteners. Stevia is the natural option everyone wants. The business opportunity is substantial. Major beverage and food companies use stevia. Health-conscious consumers want it for home use. And growing your own creates value capture that buying processed stevia doesn't allow. Here's what's interesting. Stevia grows as a tender perennial in warm climates, or as an annual elsewhere. The leaves are harvested and dried. And while the processed stevia market is competitive, fresh or simply dried stevia for tea and home use represents a different market entirely. The wellness revolution has put natural sweeteners in the spotlight, and stevia is leading that category. From diabetics to dieters to people just wanting healthier options, the market is broad and motivated. Stevia is still undergrown domestically relative to demand because processing seemed complicated, but the market for simple dried stevia leaves is robust and accessible. It's the sweetener that proves you don't always need to process things to make them profitable. Number 18, Szechuan pepper, the exotic spice worth more than gold. Now we're getting into the really profitable territory. Szechuan pepper, Xanthoxylum species, sells for $40 to $80 per pound. This isn't just profitable, it's exotic culinary gold. Szechuan pepper creates a unique tingling, numbing sensation on the tongue that's essential in Szechuan cuisine. It's unlike any other spice, which makes it irreplaceable for authentic dishes. And because it's difficult to find fresh and high quality in the US, prices are premium. Here's the opportunity. The plant can be grown in temperate climates. Production is limited domestically. And the demand from high-end restaurants, spice companies, and home cooks pursuing authentic Asian cooking is strong and growing. Modern food culture celebrates authentic, unusual flavors. Szechuan cuisine is having a moment, and that means Szechuan pepper is in demand. But supply hasn't caught up, which means early movers capture premium pricing. Szechuan pepper got ignored in Western agriculture simply because it's unusual and requires some knowledge to harvest and process properly. But unusual is exactly what creates premium pricing in specialty crop markets. Think of it as the spice that proves exotic isn't just marketing, it's profit. Number 19, Gotu Kola, the cognitive enhancement cash crop. And here we are at number 19, the plant I saved near the end, because it represents the cutting edge of profitable specialty crops. Gotu Kola, Centella asiatica, sells for $30 to $60 per pound, serving both cognitive health and skincare markets. This herb has been used in Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine for centuries, primarily for cognitive function and wound healing. Modern research is validating many traditional uses, which has created explosive growth in the supplement industry. The cognitive enhancement market alone is massive. From students to professionals to aging adults concerned about brain health, everyone wants cognitive support. Gotu Kola is one of the premier herbs in that category. Add the skincare market. Gotu Kola is used in premium anti-aging products, and you've got dual market appeal with premium pricing. Here's what makes this plant a business opportunity. It grows in moist, warm condition. It's a perennial that can be harvested multiple times. The dried herb commands excellent prices, and both the supplement industry and cosmetics industry need reliable supplier. The nootropics trend and anti-aging skincare trends are both massive and growing. Gotu Kola sits at the intersection of both, which creates exceptional demand. Gotu Kola is still relatively unknown in Western agriculture, which means low competition for growers who enter the market now. It's the herb that proves sometimes the most profitable crops are the ones most people have never heard of. The path to wealth through specialty crops. If you made it this far, you now know something that most farmers and homesteaders don't. The most profitable crops aren't the ones everyone is growing. They're the specialty plants serving niche markets with passionate demand and limited supply. These 20 plants represent a fundamental shift in how you can think about agriculture and wealth building. Instead of competing in commodity markets where margins are razor thin, you're serving premium markets where customers actively seek you out and willingly pay premium prices. The beauty of these crops is accessibility. You don't need hundreds of acres. Many can be grown on small plots, in greenhouses, or even indoor. You don't need massive capital investment, and you don't need to compete with industrial agriculture. What you need is knowledge, which you now have, and willingness to serve markets that others are ignoring. That's the secret to building wealth through agriculture in the modern economy. These plants got forgotten or overlooked, not because they're not valuable, but because they don't fit the industrial agriculture model. They require knowledge. They serve niche markets. They reward quality over quantity. And that's exactly what makes them perfect for small-scale growers ready to build real wealth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into profitable specialty crops, and you're ready to start thinking differently about farming and wealth, smash that like button. Drop a comment below and tell me which plant you're most excited to grow. Are you team herbs, team adaptogens, or team exotic spices? I read every comment, and I love hearing from you.